Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Hopefully you're doing well. As you can see, it's super sunny here, hotter than heck. Tomorrow's going to be the first day of fall. Y'all ready for some fall? I'm ready for fall, but they are predicting in San Antonio it's going to be 99 degrees. That means here we're a little bit higher elevation. I'm north of San Antonio in Bulverde. We might be 95, maybe 94 if we're lucky. So it's going to be a very hot first fall day. So I'm so ready for a change in this weather. I'm tired of it. There is so much going on in the world. I know y'all are watching the news and seeing what's going on. There's hurricanes, flooding, fires, earthquakes, wars. I mean, so much tragedy going on. And we just pray for the blessings for the people. God protect them, bless them, and keep them. So don't just remember to keep them in your prayers, you guys. I just tested my daughter for COVID because she woke up this morning and she's all like, it looks like she has a major cold, all so much drainage and everything, but she's feeling really good. She was eating breakfast, and she asked me, "Do you have a COVID test?" I mean, she's out there breathing on everything in the kitchen and fixed her own breakfast, and I said, "Yes, I do." So I went and got it and brought it, and I tested her, and it's positive. She has COVID, but hopefully it's going to be a mild case because she is feeling she was hungry and she woke up even though she's has like cold symptoms, so she can still taste evidently, but hopefully it's going to be a mild case. I had to test my grandson a couple of days ago because he came home from his dad's. They were gone for 2 weeks, staying at their dad's house. He was out of town, so my daughter went over there and stayed with them because that's their home and they feel comfortable there. So anytime she can stay there, she does. I'm sure she feels comfortable there too. But he was sick during those 2 weeks, and he doesn't look sick, but he's got a cough. So I tested him for COVID, but it was negative. I think he's already past the point. I do think he had COVID. I'm sure he did. He's got that dry cough, and it's very persistent. He's had it now for over 2 weeks, and I don't know when it's going to go away, but, I give him tea and honey and lemon juice to help him with his cough. I'm like, "You want some more?" And he's like, "I just drank some." Grandma's always pushing things on him. So, anyway, I hope you guys are healthy and well, and, be careful with COVID. I don't think it's as dangerous as it used to be, which is good because it's mutating into more of a flu like. And, they say that only about 400 people now, are dying of COVID. I don't know if that was, I guess, was that monthly or yearly? I'm not sure. I got to look up those statistics, but that's what I was listening to just the other day. Okay. So, did you guys watch Queen Elizabeth's funeral? I watched nearly all of it, almost all of it. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and my husband was sitting here. We have a little bench at the end of the bed. He was sitting up there. It was 4 o'clock, and he's watching the funeral. The Queen Elizabeth funeral is just beginning, and he said, "I just saw Biden and the First Lady walk in," and he was commenting at how it looked like he has trouble walking, that he doesn't walk very smoothly anymore. So that's what he was noticing. My husband stayed up for a little while and he went to bed. He went back to sleep. He didn't watch it all. I couldn't keep my eyes off from it. I couldn't stop watching it. Our TV's right there, so I'm watching it. I started to doze off, and then I would wake up and start watching it again. And I never did go back to sleep. I dozed off one time, so I watched almost the whole thing. It was very long. And yeah, God bless her. You know what I was getting when she crossed over? You would think that her husband, Prince Philip, would be the first one there to greet her, but I'm getting it was her father that was there to greet her first. She did her duty to the very end, and she hasn't seen her father in a long, long time, so it kind of makes sense that he would be there first to greet her, maybe embrace her, and you know, give her the support and love for being the monarch that he wanted her to be. But I'm hearing her. It sounds like Papa or Papa. So I don't know what she called him, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay. And she actually looked like a young girl again, when she went to the other side and she's embracing her father. She looked like a young girl again. So that's what I got. That's who I feel was there greeting her. And of course, her husband's there greeting her too, but that was the first person. And then this is so weird, y'all. I don't know why this was popping up. So Gerald Ford kept popping up. I don't know why. And I was like, why is he popping up? And he was kind of like, he's just like kind of smirking. And I'm like, what's he smirking about? I don't really get it. So after I had this, I did a meditation, and after I had this meditation and got this information, I Googled Gerald Ford and Queen Elizabeth. I had no idea about this, you guys. I've never heard it. I didn't know it at all. But when she visited the White House, back in those days, they would have dinner and dancing, and the song "The Lady Is a Tramp" came on, and that's what they were dancing to. So it's kind of something funny, a little humorous, like he was there just being, in a joking way, in a friendly kind of joking way. So remembering the joke between the two friends, because it was a joke between them. It became a long-standing joke, and she has a really good sense of humor, so she understood that it was just a joke. So anyway. Puerto Rico. Oh my gosh, poor Puerto Rico. They got hit again with another hurricane. I don't know how much this little island can, sustain. So there's been a lot of flooding. I was seeing Puerto Rico, like there was a lot of dead fish around the city. There's a bunch of dead fish all around. It smells terrible. It's, you can't eat it because they're rotting. They're rotting dead fish. And I see lots of help coming for Puerto Rico. There's like a beautiful pink cloud descending on the island. So I know that means that they are just ensconced with love and with help. So, there's many people that are praying, making donations, and I feel like the country is going to continue to get help. There's, lots of animals died in this hurricane. There was flooding in areas that hadn't flooded before. And I feel like, when a hurricane comes and then you don't get flooding, so you think the next one that comes, you're not going to get any flooding area either. So I think these areas that did flood, the people were a little bit unprepared because they didn't realize it would flood like that. And so I'm actually seeing pigs that were unable to be moved quick enough to, a better place. So there are animals that died. Of course, lots of people lost their lives too. It's a very sad situation, but a lot of the electricity has been restored already. It's different now. We have a president here that actually is compassionate, kind, and loves people, and not a president that's just going to throw a roll of paper towels and say, "There you go, catch it." Trump left Puerto Rico in peril after the last hurricane, Hurricane Maria, I think it was. He did a disservice to Puerto Rico. Remember, he was fighting back and forth with that mayor of the city. But Biden is a different president, and he's compassionate and loving, and he's going to make sure that they get all the help they need, and they're getting it. They really are getting it. And that's just to see that they're already so much of the electricity has been restored is reflective in all the help that they're getting. So prayers to the Puerto Rican people. Pray that, they get all the help they need. God bless them all. Did you guys just hear today about Trump's latest problem? I mean, I know that the Attorney General Letitia James has been a thorn in his side, but now she has filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump, the Trump Organization, and his kids for fraud. She means business. She talked for a long time. Did y'all listen to her? If you haven't heard it, you should go back and listen to it. But you know what? This is so weird. You know who's really stressing out and worried? Kushner. Yeah, the son-in-law. He's more worried than the children. He's more worried than Donald Trump. He's the one that's really freaking out. I promise you, he wishes that Trump would just go away. You know, maybe he'll turn to be a Democrat. He just wishes Trump would shut his mouth, stop the rallies, quit bringing attention to him. You know, because as long as Trump's out there bringing attention, he feels like the attention's on him too. And you know how the GOP likes the trickle down theory, the trickle down that you embrace, you know, the rich get richer, and you help, you make laws for the rich to get richer, and then it will trickle down to the middle class people. Well, Kushner feels like this is going to trickle down to all the family members and him too. So, Trump is a very dangerous man. He is dangerous for our democracy, and I'm so glad that there's somebody that's going to take him on. Now, is this going to help us? Yes, it is. It's going to make it more transparent who he is, what he's done, and what a trickster he is, what a cheat he is. It's going to make it obvious and plain. So, it might not it might not look like it's helping him not run for president, but it will. It will help. It really will turn more people, away from him. So, and Kushner, he's so worried. He's just so worried. He is. He's just like, he knows that he's next in line. They're going to be investigating him up the wazoo. And, yeah, he's worried about it. Oh, fly here. All right, next is Putin. Putin's flapping his gums now, making declarations, saying, that, remember on the last video I told you, before Putin goes completely down, he's going to make one last hurrah. He's going to take one last stand, and this is it. It's his last effort to hold on to power, And what is he doing? He's threatening nuclear war. Really? That's like cutting off your nose to spite your face. That's crazy. That is crazy. And then he's calling up like 300,000 reservists, and people are just fleeing from Russia. Men are hopping on planes. Any place they can go without a visa, they're getting out of there. They're getting the hell out of there. The young men, especially, that there's a potential that, they will be drafted. They're getting out of there. Because, the young people are smart. They're, socially active. They're on social media. They have contacts in the West, and they know what the reality is. They know what Putin is doing. They don't want to be a part of it, and they are leaving Russia in droves. They really are. They don't want to fight Ukraine. They don't want to kill their brothers. They don't want to, kill innocent people for Putin. It is true. They are brothers. Ukraine and Russia are brothers, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to be a part of it. Plus, anyway, there's a good chance they'll be killed. And they don't. What for? What are they fighting for? They know they're not fighting for anything but for Putin to regain Ukraine. That's all. He just wants to put another feather in his cap and say, I'm putting Russia back together. You know what I mean? So it's an attempt for Putin to look strong or crazy, because he hopes everybody thinks he's crazy, because he wants to scare everybody, thinking that's a crazy man. He might do something. He's hoping people will think like that. But he's just trying to get Ukraine territory. And then he can claim, he can claim some of the territory that, saying that he got the war was a success. We got this territory back. This belonged to Russia, and now we have it back. So he can claim that, this war wasn't for nothing, that so many people didn't lose their loved ones for nothing. They left so many bodies of Russian soldiers behind. They didn't even care. They're not even telling the parents, the wives, your husbands died in the war. They just buried them right there. But it's being, everything that they've done is being uncovered. It's being all uncovered. So the people of Russia are going to know exactly what Putin has done. And, you know, I don't think that things are going to happen the way Putin wishes them to. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen this way. This guy is truly an evil person. Do you believe in evil? This is how I believe in evil. Putin is evil. Somebody that would perpetrate war on innocent people, kill innocent people, torture innocent people, you know, that's evil. He is what I believe evil is. If you believe in the devil, he's the devil. He's the true evil. He's the true devil. And I just think this is just going to be, you know, the last hurrah. This is a show of strength and power that Putin really doesn't possess anymore. So I feel like this is going to lead to his further downfall. You know, when that Letitia James was having her news conference, you know, about Trump, Donald Trump Jr. was tweeting in real time while she was, you know, explaining to everyone what was happening and how they were going to go about it, and some of the things that they'd uncovered. And Donald Trump's just tweeting that this is a Democratic witch hunt, you know. And she addressed that before he even started saying that. She already said, this is not a witch hunt, you know. And he's just a chip off the old block, you guys. Donald Trump Jr., I think he's worse than Donald Trump. He is worse. And it's, you know, I do not like Donald Trump, but I do not like Donald Trump Jr. even less. You know, I don't like Donald Trump at all. I don't have, you know, I dislike him so much, but I dislike his son more. I don't know why. He's just a snotty-nosed, entitled, spoiled, rich kid, you know. And it's not completely his fault because he is who he is. This is his reality. This is the way that he was molded and shaped. You know, he is been brought up in a very materialistic lifestyle, you know, and he doesn't take the time to go inside to be introspective and connect with his higher self. So when you have a difficult time, when you're going through a difficult time, and most of us have been there before, then that really makes us go into prayer, into meditation, and that's where we get guidance. That's where we start being true to our own selves and listening to our higher self and being very introspective. He's never had to go through that. You know what I mean? He hasn't had the hardships. He's had everything handed to him. He really has. So, you know, we can only hope that one day there's going to be a reckoning for all the Trumps and that they'll start to see the world with compassion. Just imagine all the good that Trump's family, Trump organization could have accomplished with their name and fortune. Think of all the good. But they instead just wanted it all for themselves. Everything they've done is for themselves, you know? So if you've ever envied Trump and said, God, he's so rich, why has he had such a great life? You need to think again. Yes, he's rich. Yes, he owns a lot of beautiful real estate. Yes, he craps in a gold toilet. But he's never at peace, you guys. He is never, ever at peace because all that he has achieved, all that he's gotten is ill-gotten. Understand? And that will never bring you peace. Now, that can bring you some temporary joy and comfort. It's temporary. But most of us get joy from the blessings that we receive from sharing those blessings, you know, When you're happy, I'm happy. The Trumps don't think that way, and they don't share their blessings. Trump gets, all the Trumps, they get their joy from materialistic, unfortunately. So never envy a Trump, never envy the rich guy. He seems to have it all. He has temporary moments of joy, but I'm telling you, these people have huge not moments, but huge swaths of time where they are not at peace, where they have a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry. So just don't ever envy the rich. Okay, you guys, so this was just a little talk from Trudy Lee. Hope you guys are doing well. If you'd like to get a reading with me, look down below. I'll leave my name. If you need chakra balancing, reading, energy cleanse, portal closing, anything, if you need a healing sessions are always free. Please contact me. My email is down below, and I'm here to help and be of service to you. So let me know how I can do that. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, and hopefully some of you are receiving some fall weather. Unlike us, that we're still sweltering here. But dry air is coming, so it's going to be a little bit better. Thank you guys for all your prayers and love. I love you so much. Take care. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.